Okay, and welcome back to the DIY Plus channel. And as promised, I thought I would share some more of the comments, answer questions, or just share your responses. I promised I would try to do this more timely. So I'll pick up with more comments that have come in. This is one from CS9436 related to the Toyota 4Runner front mount trailer hitch installation, that a do-it-yourself video that I did, and you wrote thank you, and I appreciate it. I've had several more comments that keep coming in regarding the QFX RIM 10. This is from Anthony Campbell. On the do-it-yourself instructions for adding a Bluetooth audio to the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700. You'd like to know if I could send you the info to purchase this device. Well, that device was discontinued from Kawasaki, but I found mine by calling around and finding excess inventory that was still around. And that's how I was able to locate that. So you'll have to call around to the dealers to see if you can locate one. I actually did find one in Arkansas. This is related to a do-it-yourself, the spark arrestor service for RV generators, from George Smith 651. The spark arrestor on my Onan is very tight. Sprayed WD-40, still too tight. Cannot get breaker wrench on it. Wonder why they did not install a regular plug. Those are very difficult to remove. I don't use WD-40. I use the breaker oils and let them soak, and I usually have pretty good success with that. So you might try that and see if that would work for you. This is from Frank Barton 4479 on the bucket lid mouse trap that I posted, and you wrote awesome, so thank you. There is a question related to the do-it-yourself video I did on the Royal Star Venture preparation for carburetor synchronization. It's a multi-part video series I did. And you said, do I have to remove the tank to sync them? Well, I would say yes. It would be a lot easier. There's 4 carbs on top of the Royal Star Venture, and you're going to need to work around them. Now, technically, you can go between the carbs and tie on, but it would be easier, in my opinion, to go ahead and remove the tank. Okay, here is a related to my do-it-yourself Yamaha Royal Star Venture motorcycle lift adapter that I showed you I had obtained through eBay. And TA Monday 1006 wrote, you just got your set in. So hopefully that's serving you well. Now, I have since sold the Royal Star Venture. I still have that motorcycle lift adapter though. This is one where I did on the Chickasaw State Park in Henderson, Tennessee, and MMCNAT responded they had been there too. Small world. And as we travel, RV travel, and we visit the parks, I usually try to throw up a video about the park, because I know many of you out there like us are RV traveling, and you're probably looking and would like to know parks and so forth. So I usually try to do a short little video and throw it up for you to reference. I appreciate your comment. This is related to the do-it-yourself video on the Casita travel trailer, a battery disconnect install. It says, does the battery charge from shore power after you've cut it off with the switch and all? Let me read that question again. Yes, because I have in my case, I have a charger directly attached to the battery that's assembled in the door, and I did a video on that keeps that, actually, the battery itself at charge. But internally, it cuts the power off to the Casita travel trailer. This is related to the do-it-yourself installation I did of a Schwinn shuttle bike trailer. I used it on my Engway EP2 Pro electric bike, and Cognac 8297 said you use yours to collect firewood at the parks. Well, very good. This is related to instructions for replacing the fuel filter on a John Deere X350. I did a series of videos on that also, and Matt NHT wrote, my issue is how tight that area is to get pliers into. Then I can't get those lines off the old filter. I ended up giving up. I may have to cut those zip ties in order to have more slack. Well, a lot of things I work on have tight spaces and all, but I show you in the video how I have success in getting to those. So keep trying. If you don't succeed first, try again. I did a series of videos on the E-Z-GO golf cart. Basically, I purchased one that needed a lot of work, and I went through a series of videos on that. So I do get a lot of comments related to that. This is one on the E-Z-GO golf cart series in installing the carburetor. But in each of those videos, I walk you through step by step, and I get a lot of feedback, and I appreciate the positive feedback that you submit. More feedback on how you adjust and center your steering wheel. Daniel Whitmer 2009 said, looks easy, thanks, we'll give it a try. I hope you had success. A lot of responses to my videos when we were out in Dodge City, Kansas at the livestock auctions. That's been a huge number of views and responses, and I appreciate all the comments that's come in from that. It was quite a sight to see. Here is another response to the Campus RV Park in Independence, Missouri, Harry Truman's hometown. President Harry Truman, we were there. We shot a video of that RV park, and looks like Alan Duggan 9310, you wrote, nice park, we stayed there for 2 weeks. And so you found it as nice as we did. Thank you for your comments. This is related to a video I did on the do-it-yourself WIFCO Power Center Converter 110 AC removal in my Casita travel trailer. T. Grib wrote that their better solution for this converter is to install a Victron IP series charger in the lower bay. These come with Bluetooth for less money to boot. 30 amps is plenty for a Casita. Well, there were several options, and thank you for sharing your particular option. But in my configuration, you could not just replace that bottom unit. You probably could with what you're recommending, but in my case, I had to go with something different as described in that video. I have a lot of comments related again to our travels. Let's see, here is a series of responses all related to the QFX RIM 10. I appreciate all of your responses there. Here is a response from El Kazadar 530 related to the Yamaha Royal Star Venture Q&A I did on the conversion via the trunk removal. And there's a whole series where I converted that by removing that trunk and walked you through that process step by step. And you wrote, excellent conversion, great job. Where did you find the rear grille? Well, there is several sources for those parts, but a lot of the parts I obtained from Mike Ecamp. He's on Facebook. He has I think he may be the administrator of some of the forums, but he collects Yamaha Royal Star Ventures, and he sources out parts. He lives in Dixon, Illinois, and you can contact him and purchase miscellaneous parts separately. If you want to DM me, I can get you more contact information. This is related to how I prepped and installed the LED Kawasaki Vulcan Voyager 1700 LED lights. This is also from Elka Zadar 530, and you said you had ordered your LED lights. You didn't have the adapter. Where'd you find the adapter? Well, I bought the adapters through the forums. There was a company advertising the adapters that made those, and that's who I ordered them from. So it's again in the Kawasaki forums. There is one related to my do-it-yourself installation of the ROX handlebar risers on a Suzuki C90. And this was from OLHEGHTT. You said you just wrote they are real cap covers. And okay, thank you for your comment. Saul Richer, 1917, related to my do-it-yourself Yamaha Royal Star Venture coolant change. That was a multi-part video series. You said, I appreciate you showing how to work on this bike. Videos are scarce. Well, I appreciate that. There are a lot of videos related to the Yamaha Royal Star Venture, as well as the Kawasaki, as well as Suzuki's, Hondas, different bikes that I've serviced and worked on and captured videos for. Unfortunately, I historically have worked on many more items that predate any of my video work and sharing them out here on YouTube. I wish I had those to share with you today. This is related to my E-Z-GO golf cart, how to replace differential rear end gear oil. This is from Ahmed Farm 3429. You said that you use tractor hydraulic fluid from Fleet Farm Tractor Supply, made for gearboxes, transmissions, final drives, hydraulics. And that's fine. I use this 30 weight oil. That's what's used in those. But it's your whatever it works best for you is fine. But thank you for your comment. This is regarding my E-Z-GO golf cart repair no start issue, replacing the ATC fuse. This is from Daniel Chafin 3317. You said you needed advice on the fuse on the 36 volt E-Z-GO. Well, the cart that I did service on is a carb driven. Sounds like you're asking related to a battery driven cart. This is from Alpha Male 1959, related to my Royal Star Venture carburetor maintenance, and your comment was Seafoam for me, and that I've used Seafoam a lot myself. This is related to the Kawasaki T-Rex 800 oil and filter change from Demo Dog. You wrote, awesome video, thank you, puts me at ease seeing someone do it before I got a chance to break in the oil out of my new machine. Very helpful, and that's the way I do oil changes. Okay, thank you very much for the comments. This is related to my Honda top case installation for an Africa Twin. This is from Jack 1583. You said when a box is ordered, it should be sent with a key matched to the VIN. Looks like a lot of things can go wrong with tumbler do-it-yourself install. For God's sakes, they are expensive enough. Well, I agree. That is an interesting project that I undertook, because you actually set the tumblers yourself, and as you see, it's very delicate and you don't want to make a mistake. And so I'm glad that you were able to watch the videos, and since they are original Honda parts, they are expensive. There are alternative third-party suppliers out there, but to buy the original Hondas is expensive for sure. There are more questions related to the E-Z-GO golf cart, how to replace differential rear end oil. Someone asked how many quarts it takes. Well, you have a fill and a drain plug, so you fill it until the fill point overflows, and then it's full. Another one is related to Bluetooth audio on the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 I did from Rebel. You wrote, by far, that's the dumbest thing Kawasaki could have done. Everything has Bluetooth. Why would they discontinue the one thing that they know consumers wanted? Well, I agree. That's the one complaint I see over and over related to those Vulcan 1700s. It's their top of the line premium bike. They have failed to keep up with all of the Apple Play and stuff that you see now on Hondas and so forth. And then the one part that they make for Bluetooth they discontinued. So I don't understand that either. But thanks for your comment. This is related to my installation and unboxing of a folding exercise machine, and T-Buggy wrote, very helpful video, thank you. This is related to Casita travel trailers, my cleaning and using a ceramic coat. This is from Jiu-Jitsu, and it says, looks good, what product did you use? Well, I should show that in the video, but it's just a product that I picked up. I'm sure I either ordered it on Amazon or picked it up at Walmart. Just a good ceramic coating, and I took my time in doing the work. This is related to replacing the windshield washer pump on a Chevy Silverado from Tim Rosen 491. You said, helpful video, hardest part of the job for the low-skilled old-timer trying to save some money, disconnecting the electrical connections. This part of the job should not be glossed over. I agree, it's a tight spot too, working in there, and not to mention that you got to be careful not to spill all the coolant, all the washer fluid on top of you. Okay, I'm going to stop at this point, and I will do in a new series. I'll try to get to these on a frequent basis and keep sharing your responses, trying to answer any questions. But I appreciate what you have submitted. Subscribe to the channel if you like. Continue to leave any comments or responses. I thank you for coming to the channel, and thank you much.